Happy Friday evening to you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know you guys have plenty of other choices to watch on Friday nights, especially. So I want to thank you sincerely for choosing to watch my stream. Today we're doing Trails of Cold Steel 2 New Game Plus. On Wednesday, we're going to pick up from where we left off Wednesday. Wednesday we did the intermission, which is a lot of people's favorite part of Cold Steel 2. And I gotta say, it was really, I actually really like it a lot too. I like it a lot too, but there is a certain part in Cold Steel 2 that I like just quite a bit more than that, and that's just because it stars one of my favorite characters. But I won't say any more than that. So we're gonna stream probably for the next. Extremely knows what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, I think. So we're gonna be streaming for probably a good, I'd say at least 3 hours. So go ahead and sit back, grab yourself a snack, beverage, or if you're of age, an adult beverage. I've got I actually have a caffeinated beverage tonight, actually, because I'm a little bit on the tired side, but it's all right. It's all right. So I was hoping a couple more people would join before I started talking about what I want to talk about right now. So what I might do instead, I have I'm pretty convinced that I have some huge news. I could be overthinking it, but I'm 80% sure that I'm right on this. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty darn sure that there's some pretty exciting news to share regarding the Trail series, y'all. I'll talk about that once we get a little bit more through the through the game tonight. Extremity says, "Newsflash: Emma is the best girl." Extremity, that's a weird way of spelling Lara. So what you're listening to is the Kappa. I mean, of course, you gotta have somebody say that, right? That's a weird way of spelling. Choose your character. This is Ao no Kiseki, this OST. It is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best games in the series. Really nice OST, and Lady Virgilia is working really hard on the story summaries for that game now. She's already like hacking away at that script pretty hard for the first part of her 4-part series for Ao no Kiseki. So look forward to that, guys. Even if you've already played through Ao, I highly recommend giving it a watch once it's finished, because I've watched through these games, and every time I watch her story summaries, whatever game it is, I find something that I missed or didn't quite fully grasp when I went through the game myself. So I highly recommend it. Hi, Bernie. So let's go ahead and start. Thank you very much, guys, for joining in on the stream tonight. Happy Friday to y'all. We made it to the weekend. Thank goodness. And for a lot of us, including myself, it's a 3-day weekend. So cheers to that. Yes, Bernie. Perfect emote. Cheers to that. We are going to hopefully get through Act 4. Excuse me, Act 2. And after that, I think Act 3, I think, is the finale, if I remember correctly. Or I should say this, the quote-unquote finale. You think it's the finale. No, for real, it really is the finale, though, right? Alright. So, I'm going to wait for a few more people to join up, and then I'm going to start talking about what I was able to deduce today from something that happened on Twitter, y'all. I am so freaking excited for what I just saw on Twitter, y'all. Like, really excited. Bernie, last time was Princess Alphen. It wasn't Toa. Here's Toa, I think. Yep, just in time. Look at it, we got the badass Victor with us. S+ husbando material.
If that is all, I will return to a state of inactivity.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar.
Michael McConaughey.
I'm counting on you if anything else comes up.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the Azure Knight, my awakening.
Hey, Super, welcome, man. Happy Friday to you.
Don't worry, I will.
Thanks, I'm glad you're able to join in.
We lost last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
I eagerly await your results.
Looks like he went to sleep.
Hey, Super, I'm doing pretty good. Friday is like, I'm so glad it's Friday. Thank goodness.
So, this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh? I've heard all manner.
I don't
of
want this
rumor
weekend to
about
end.
I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you.
It's Matthew Mercer.
And that goes for everyone else, too. Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, alright?
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed
So-
with Her Highness in tow.
Let me see who else in here. Barney, Super. Extremity. Perfect. Okay, so. Yes, you got your Claire. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna call it right now. I put something just before. Actually, I woke up to it, to my alarm. At 9 o'clock. to seeing this on my Twitter feed. I'm not gonna specify what it says because I don't want to give any hints to those that who want to be totally spoiler free, which I can't blame you for. However, I am pretty damn sure, pretty freaking sure that Nisa is recording for Cold Steel 4 right now. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nisa's recording for CS4 right now. I am pretty damn sure. I am pretty sure. So look at... Sorry, I said pretty sure a lot. Sorry. Look at the CS4 spoiler channel if you're okay with spoilers for details on why I think that. But only if you don't want to be spoiled. It's insane spoilers, by the way. Don't look at the video that I posted there on my Discord and CS4 spoiler channel. If you haven't played through Cold Steel 3 yet. I am pretty sure they're recording. I'm 80% sure, Super. Yes. I'm so excited. I'm just waiting for the announcement. So
You make it sound like it was easy.
I think they're gonna announce it like any time, if I had to guess, because they're recording at the end of January, beginning of February for CS3. Right now is, let's see, August 30th. And they announced it before they were recording, though. So I'm just... I think what they're going to do is they're going to announce CS4, like, right after, or really close to before CS3 comes out. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's pretty... I mean, Bernie, it is given that they're going to do CS2, but to actually see it happening right there and to see Sean Chiplock, you know, say that, I'm like, oh, shit, this is exciting. This is so freaking exciting. CS4 is freaking... It's my favorite game. It's my favorite game of the whole series, easily. And I'm going to be playing the living you-know-what out of it. I'm gonna try and plat that game.
Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it. So funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at
Get pumped, y'all.
Acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
So I'm hoping that if this is true, which I think it is, we're going to... You won't have too much of a gap after Cold Steel 3 before you can play Cold Steel 4.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
Ah, Bernie. Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd be pretty damn hyped, too. They really need to do that.
I'd like to follow Rean's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well. And, dear brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound. Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself. My only regret is that
The
we
flyest
weren't able
man.
to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them.
Bernie.
Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
Oh man, that would have been so cool!
Oh, that's right, Dan. That's right, man. Thank you very much for joining in on the chat
Well, it's
and watching the
probably
stream.
not impossible.
Happy Friday to you.
Now you're just being silly.
Sounds about right for our prince.
Well, at the very least, I'd say...
Dan, I don't know if you were
we're
around
clear of any immediate
when I said
And
this.
given this
If you just
opportunity,
joined.
I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information.
But I'm... Yes, Dan, yes. 100% S plus husbando material, Dan. Even I can recognize, prime husbando material. Victor is like the epitome of it.
But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
So, Dan, like I was saying, I don't know if you were around when I said it, but I'm pretty sure Nisa is recording for Cold Steel 4 right now. Recording the voices. Pretty damn sure, based on what I saw on Twitter.
Toa! George!
There's your girl, Bernie.
I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel. So you were on board too?
You bet. Good to see you, Ring.
Sorry, I'm really repetitive about it, but I'm I'm so excited to play Cold Steel 4 in English. Danny, I wouldn't be surprised by that either. I think that's about right. Maybe sometime in September next year.
Really you. You're really okay.
I hope that... So, they recorded voices in January. They recorded voices in January, late January, early February. And they're releasing the game... Originally, they were going to release in September. Right? So if you follow the same timeline, we are... How many months early are we? 4 months early. So September, August, July, June, May. That would put us at a... If we follow the same amount of time between when they're recording and when they're releasing the game originally, that puts us at a May release date for Cold Steel 4.
No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance. We've been
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get ourselves Cold Steel 4 next late spring or summer. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling. That's my guess. Cold Steel 4 at the latest next summer.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I? Sorry, Toa, but I'm glad to see
Dan,
you
I remember
George
seeing that
okay.
Xseed, they announced Cold Steel 1 and 2 at the same time. They were like, Cold Steel 1 and 2 coming your way. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even know that until I found that article from way back.
Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista.
Bernie is gushing about the Toa.
And it's kept me going every step of the way. So?
Toa's pretty damn cute in Cold Steel 3 and 4.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't.
Oh, by the way, guys, I put in the... I actually did this early this week. I put in the Sarah emote as a Tier 1 emoticon, but they still haven't approved it yet. So, sorry, it's still not available yet, but hopefully any day now you guys will be able to use the Sarah emote.
A guy you can count
even
on.
if you're a Tier 1 sub. Extremity, I
Nice to
would
see you're holding up
agree
okay.
with you on that one, actually.
Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista
Emma looks
in one
really damn
piece,
cool
but-
in
Well,
Cold Steel
here you
3.
are.
But she looks like, in my opinion, her outfit in Cold Steel 4 is the best.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting. There's a conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
She is dressing like her idol Misty. Yeah, no kidding. I actually don't know what that means, Bernie.
The Courageous began its independent operations right before Heimdall was first occupied. I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
Phantom, if you mean bombshell, absolutely.
I see. That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous's timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
Oh, Marisha Ray, yes.
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit.
Alright.
And we've been traveling around the country ever
Captain
since,
Arcade.
preparing to find you and take you on board.
George and I haven't been here long. The principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
He did?
I hope he's still alright. By the way, what happened to Major Vander? You two are always joined at the
Bernie, you could probably look at Toa pics all day and have your heart melted.
Alas, he is currently indisposed. His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonia. They're working with your former instructor, Major Neidhart, as well.
With him too? So he's over in the west now.
I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the west side of the country contains Marquis Hyarm Sutherland Province, along with Duke Cayenne's Lemaire Province. The fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact. But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage.
Hey Dan, what is your
On top of that, a number of townships
Actually, heck,
in the region
I'll ask
have been
everybody.
caught in the
I already know the
crossfire
answer for
and suffered
Bernie.
great losses.
Who's your favorite character that makes an appearance on in Cold Steel 2?
That's terrible.
Your favorite Trails character, Trails series character that makes an appearance in Cold Steel 2.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume
me,
the Noble Alliance intends to use that as
I kind of don't want
to
to say it yet,
crush
just
the
in case
forces
there's
in
some
the
people
west.
watching that haven't gone to that part of the game.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a
I like
pretty
her
good
more than
fight by
Laura.
themselves.
How about that? And that's saying something.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Let's see. Who says I haven't? Who says I wasn't always looking at Toapics? Says Bernie. Dan says it would have to be more fierce since there is more or less not fighting at all in this war. Bernie says, you mean the DPTC mock? Absolutely, Bernie. Damn straight I do. Dan says, I assume you're speaking of the DVD. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now. And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really. With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly
I'll be doing the
do all of
narration
you
again,
intend to do
just like I
from
did
here on
in
out?
Lady Virgilia's most recent video, story summary video for Zero no Kiseki. I'll be voicing narration for that character that I'm referring to in the DVTC mod, starting with part 2
We were
of
in the
the
midst of
Ao no
discussing
Kiseki
that
story
when
summary
Rin was taken
series.
to the Pantagruel, in fact.
Dan says that
This is a
Olivier or
and our
Olivier
fellow Erebonian
is
countrymen
probably
stand
my
on both sides.
favorite Sky character in Cold Steel 2. Good choice, buddy. Good choice.
No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still,
However,
during
I have a
our
hard
field
time,
studies, we found
you know,
ourselves up
assigning
against the
Oliver
problems this nation
to
faces
a certain
again
arc
and
because
again.
he's in every single game, right? He's in every single game. All 9. No, excuse me. All. Never mind. I won't say that. But he's in almost every single game. Okay.
And because we have that experience,
And
I
it's
believe
very,
there's a place for us to change things in all this.
It's hard
A
for me
part only we can play.
to assign a certain arc to some of those characters, you know, that are in multiple arcs, that appear in multiple arcs.
We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together we can move
Bernie
things
says,
in the right
Ben,
direction.
for me, too bad there's no
Erebonia as a
cameo
whole.
in Cold Steel 1 or 2.
That was wonderful, Reen.
Ren's got a serious story, y'all. Insane story.
Still,
She became
we
one of my
aren't all
favorite
gathered here
characters
for
in the
the
series
same
because
reasons.
of her story that was resolved in Zero no Kiseki. At the very end of Zero no Kiseki, y'all.
Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't
When
be
I first saw
possible
Ren,
with the
I was
situation as
very,
it stands. And that's why, no matter how
She,
stacked the odds are
her
against
character
us,
was really
how
annoying to me,
fierce the fighting
especially with her
becomes,
voice.
we want to put everything we have into making all the difference
But
we
then she ended
possibly
up turning
can,
out to be one of my
in
favorite
whatever
characters.
way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that,
We can do things no one else can. And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people?
Dan says, like
we love?
Anton. Poor Anton. Bernie says, I liked Ren from the start. Really?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
Her intro is really cute. Yeah, at first she was like, you know, I think she was just, she was appearing to be like an innocent girl or something, but like a lost girl. But her voice actress really kind of, it irked me a little bit. How about that?
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
Dan says, certainly some characters we will see differently after playing 3 and 4, like Altina. I am sure Altina changes a lot. Dan, you are, you just hit the jackpot, to say the least. Altina's development is her character is very deep.
Sounds like it'll be
she
a
develops
pain,
a lot.
Though.
See, Bernie says, well, I didn't play Trails in the Sky with voices. I see.
No biggie. We're class 7.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the class 7 I'm proud to serve.
And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thors has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
There you go, Bernie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Of course she would be the one to recite that line.
That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
The words of Dreikel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
And she says it again later on.
Of course. They...
Oops, man,
it's
how
like
could
you
I
didn't even
skip
have
her
to
line?
think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too, and they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
Bernie says, I'll get that voice clip.
I understand.
You can clip it on my Twitch, I think. You can make the clip, and if whatever clips you guys make of my streams, they stay there forever, unless I delete them. They don't vanish like full streams do after 14 days. The clips stay the whole forever, and I think you can make them up to 1 minute long, if I remember correctly.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction. But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
So, when I saw what's about to happen next, or when I heard what they were planning to do, I was kind of like, really?
As you wish.
But I think it makes a bit of sense.
We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you. From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
What? What?
Elliot. Our cinnamon roll. Let's see. Dan says, from a narrative standpoint, they have to give you the ship for the story to continue. Yeah, Dan, I think that they have to give it to you because you need a means of transporting a shitload of people now. Because, you know, Valimar can only transport so many people, and he can't do it very often.
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion.
Bernie, you think the plot of CS2 is kind of bonkers? I mean, there's some, you know, odd things,
your
but
journey to make
man,
a
oh man.
difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Yes, but
then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
So, Bernie says, Class 7 motives aren't really clearly defined.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal.
I think it's kind of
But with us headed
the whole
west,
open world
we'd be
part
leaving
that's
all
coming
of
up here.
Eastern Erebonia
When
in
that
your
happens,
hands.
I can't help but think that that's kind of inherent with it.
Wow.
I see.
But once you get near the end, once you are done with Act 2, then everything kind of starts to follow a line, and it gets a lot. Everything is very well defined.
If we got the Courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
Once it's linear, how about that?
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included. Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well. This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
I'd be happy to. Henceforth, I, Princess
Bernie says,
Raisay
yeah, there's just a lot of narrative points that I don't feel as strong.
So do whatever you see fit to do.
Which, can you think of some examples, Bernie? I'm really curious what you think.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We are truly honored.
The plot holes. Well, I don't know if they're plot holes, but I mean, they could be.
No turning back now.
To that degree.
Yeah, seriously.
Or are they plot holes, right? Because it could be that it's a question that's answered later on in the series.
Humbly accept custody of the Courageous.
Please, leave Eastern Erebonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
Huh. I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
Hear, hear. Have yourselves a beverage. Bernie says, like how they took a stand on being a neutral faction. Like being neutral on what? So they're neutral because they're not fighting with the Imperial Army in the Civil War, and they're also not fighting with the Noble Alliance in the Civil War. That's what they mean by being neutral. They're not fighting for either one of those two sides in the Civil War.
I'm leaving you in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
Bernie, you are exactly correct. They're just effing around.
It would be an honor.
But it's fun. At least in the open world part like this. I feel like they're just kind of, flying around, do some amazing dungeons, listen to some awesome OSTs, and hey, she's got her cap on now, Bernie. But once the open world part stops, then everything becomes a lot more focused. Let's see. Bernie says, see, I don't see a strong conviction there. Bernie says, Dan says, and they only fight the Alliance when it is in their interest. That's right. When they're trying to defend themselves, at least. Bernie says, Captain Toa. That's right, man. Fen says, hey, Feb, gonna make Neko Toa again? If Mitsuki were in this game, I'd have the Tio ears on her again. Gotta make Kitsune happy. Bernie says, that's what irked me with the plot. They're indecisive on their principles. I can see what you're saying, Bernie. I think they're more on the Imperial side because they want to liberate Trista. They want to liberate Trista, and they're got to fight the Noble Alliance to do it. Fen says, sorry it took me so long to get here. Was in the middle of exchanging my headset. Oh, dude, you don't gotta apologize, man. Welcome. And nice, congrats on your new headset. And your new mic, too. Bernie says, you see, Feb, do you know what could look good on Toa? I'll let you think about that one. How about that, Bernie? I'll leave that to your mind. Dan says, that and the Alliance keeps getting in their business. Yeah, they do, Dan. They do. They're pretty damn aggressive. Fen says, they are neutral, quote unquote, till someone they care about is in danger. Well, then they have no choice but to act, right? In that case. And I don't believe they're acting because they agree with the Imperial faction. I believe they're acting because they want to save whoever it is they need to save. Bernie says, yeah, I could get behind with them liberating Trista, but then again, after what happened, after it just seems pointless. The whole Civil War, in my opinion, was a setup. Fen says, i.e. Fiona, Angie, or what have you. Yes. Yes, indeed, Fen. Dan says, again, they have a goal. Their goal is not to help the Empire win the war. It is to find their students, family, and liberate the school. Dan, you know what, I think you're filling in the gaps. I think they are all about doors. And they're going about it differently than actually taking part directly in the war.
Reen, this is just a little parting gift from me. It's always come in handy for me when I was in a pinch, so I hope it'll help you out too.
Thanks, Toval. You've done a lot for us.
Yeah. That's a really good accessory, I think, if I remember correctly.
It always felt like you were looking out for me, even when it came to my future.
Think nothing of it. You kids are the future, after all.
Bernie, I gotta change it up, you know?
But remember, this is where it starts getting serious. Get yourself through this war in one piece. Find something you want to dedicate your life to.
Bernie, I did not think I was getting Toas. Or excuse me, I did not think I was getting Tovals. I was intending to get...
If you ever decide you want to follow the same path Saren, you'll be welcomed with open arms.
The Sharon one, I believe, is what I was going for.
I'll be sure to give it some thought.
Okay. Knock it off with the scouting.
Well then.
Scouting them to join the Bracer Guild.
Farewell for now. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
Oh, it's the highest link level. You see, I thought that possibly on a New Game Plus you could get, all three, because as long as you get them above a certain link level, you get their accessory. But I guess they limit it to the highest one.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Daddy Victor.
Good luck, Father.
Bernie says you got to give more love to Sharon and Claire. I took them with me. Bernie. I never took Toval with me for the after the first part of Act 1.
Well, there they go.
Maybe I should have taken Claire both times that I could have. That way, maybe I could have got her link level above Toval's. Bernie says, you gotta give more love to Sharon and Claire. You did not commit in the hot springs. Yo, Bernie.
You think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself.
On the stream, I picked Sarah for the hot springs scene, and oh my gosh, it was freaking amazing.
Still, with some already calling this a second advent
it was freaking hilarious.
I can only hope they make it.
Seeing Reen's reaction was just priceless.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
But I did watch Sharon's and Claire's, thanks to Fenreld's link that he gave me to see all of the characters on YouTube through the hot spring scene. And Sharon's was really funny. Sharon's was even funnier than Sarah's, but still Sarah's pretty good.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And the same goes for me too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Let's just say that Sharon's is a bit more what's the word?
Are we birds of a feather?
Provocative?
Proud Thor's graduates unite.
Gosh.
I'll be in touch with them.
She really likes to toy with Reen.
The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over
yeah.
the young and vigilant.
Fen, you got it. Yes, provocative. That is correct.
Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Bernie says, I like provocative. Of course you do, Bernie.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Was he now?
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him, but there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually...
Captain?
Is something amiss?
Hey, Bernie, there is a chance that in the after party, Lady might join us.
I received a strange report on
Fen
that very
says,
issue.
but yeah, Sharon's was heavily suggestive.
I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied. But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could
So,
have taken it from them?
This is trails for you guys. I've been going for 43 minutes, and I have not even taken control of a character yet.
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the intelligence division did.
But that's why we love these
something to
games,
that
right?
effect.
Bernie says, nice, I still have some adult beverage later. There you go.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern. It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave. He had so many plots in motion, I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
Alright, Extremity. Alrighty. Knock it off. Alright, so
no change in
I think it's December 15th, which means I can go and get the I think I can get the Black Record #1 now. Pretty sure.
We are currently cruising
at
at
a
a speed of
right
3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Oh, okay, Fen. Thanks for that.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. She's a real natural at this.
Fen, you're not doing a New Game Plus run, are you?
Yeah. It's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
Oh, okay. I'm just surprised you knew that, because I thought you were doing the first playthrough.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
So, our best captain.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
Look at this. Look what Fee says. She just says it. She just up and says it. There you go.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease.
It's in the guy to you. That's how I knew. Nice. All right.
So today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it. Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way.
I'm not sure who you're referring to, Bernie.
And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still. I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing tomorrow
Toa, Tita, and Tio have the same initials, and they're the mascot of each of their respective arcs, says Extremity.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want.
I love her carefree attitude, y'all.
I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got on.
You slacker.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but...
Oh, this line! I totally forgot about that line.
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the RC
Oh,
School
man.
of Sportsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous
She wasn't kidding.
was entrusted to you kids.
Y'all, she was not kidding.
To me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand, we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now? Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards.
Extremity says... Well, let me read this before I say it. I love it when Fee said that she might end up owning cats or dogs because of her gushing over Victor.
And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it?
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
We were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time, too.
When you break
Those
it
y'all
down
that
step
just
by
joined,
step,
thank you very
we
much
get
for
so much without even
watching my stream. Happy
realizing
Friday
it.
to you. I hope you guys had a wonderful week and
we may have our own
enjoy
personal
your
goals
long
right now,
holiday
but
weekend.
if we can wrap those up into one
If you're in the
overarching
States, of
goal,
course.
it won't seem half as much.
Otherwise, hope you have a wonderful weekend.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself?
I don't know if Europe has a Labor
I was
Day.
thinking the exact same thing.
I'm sure it's probably, if they do, it's probably not the same day.
I wonder what's happening there.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but...
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country. Now, most of the upper-class students chose to stick it out, though.
Fences,
Got no
oh
reason
yeah.
to fear the Alliance.
Big
Nobles
football
and all.
game on Saturday.
All right then.
Fan, my team got absolutely crushed yesterday.
I think our what should be
Sad
taking
day.
back the academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
And it was salt in the wound too. Yesterday when I went to, on the way to work, I stopped to get some coffee.
No doubt.
And
It's
I'm
near
wearing
the
my
capital, so its defenses are going to be rock
my
solid.
work uniform, and the guy's like, "Oh, I bet you loved that game last night, right?" And I was like, "Don't even start."
Still, I like it.
Labor Day Classic
What goal is
between
more worthy
the
of us than reclaiming something we
Saskatchewan
hold
Rough
so
Riders
dear?
and Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Indeed.
Nice.
Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity. Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
I didn't think that
We were
Canada
thinking of
was as much
something
into
along the same
football.
lines, in fact,
I always
so it
hear
works
that
out.
the United States is like obsessed with football, which I agree. I just didn't know that Canada also
And hey,
was
if we
really
all
big into
thought about
football.
it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the academy, why not go and ask them to join us? I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, y'all. Here we just talk about everything. We just chit chat.
That's a great idea.
Oh, is he talking about soccer?
Yeah.
As I know in other
We'll
parts
be
of the
sure to
world,
keep an
everybody
eye out.
calls it
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the
They
moment.
call soccer
but It's
football.
not like this is their full-time job. I'm
least from
sure
my
our current
perspective.
staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
I know the feeling, actually. Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we
AKA
can.
Canadian football. All right.
All for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's Military Academy.
There you go. It's a terminal. I do like that Elisa is technically savvy. Oh, we get to go to Legram. Yeah, I wasn't sure if Canada had like a league themselves for football. I guess, you know, Canada is not known for football, right? Not saying I agree with this, but when I think Canada, I think hockey. Yeah, Bernie. It's. I mean, I was in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'm sure it's not just hockey. Like all they do is play hockey, and that's it. No other sports allowed. But I just didn't think. I just haven't really sat and thought about it. Right. Yeah. Exactly, Fan. I'm sure. Fen, how long did it take you to get through Act 2? How many streams? And, like, how many hours did you stream to get through Act 2? Yeah, all of Act 2. The whole act. Act 2 is long, man. Oh boy. Oh, thanks, fam. You don't have to do that. I didn't think you had to actually, like, go and check it. Well, I guess it is just a matter of looking at how long each stream was. That was Act 2. Alright, I really want to save. It's been a very long time. It's been an hour. If my power were to blink right now, I would, freak out. Bernie says, you know, Feb, someone could use some cat ears. Are they free? If they're free, I'll consider it. I don't want to spend money, though, on CS2 DLC because I'm going to be spending a ton of money on the CS3 DLC. That's cool. Oh, that is so damn cool. I'm keeping it on her. I'm keeping that on her. I had no clue that there's an Bestel outfit. I think there are free cat ears in game. Okay. I'm gonna do it. That's cool. No, they don't have it yet. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that. Just to tell you how quickly I'm playing, like I don't even bother with materia or equipment very much. Just because, you know, doing menus and stuff is kind of boring on stream, right? Where's some good art strength? Don't think I got one yet. You can put contacts on Emma? That'd be nice. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so... Explode airship. Here's to be a new base. We need to go to the places marked with the red exclamation point. Barney says you could buy contacts on that merchant guy near Twins Dragon Bridge. Barney, we're gonna make it happen. Oh, Fenrold says roughly 42 hours. 42 hours! Holy crap. Holy crap, that's like a whole game. You know, a small game. I'm going to speed up the chat that's not main story. In the interest of time. You know, I do want to beat the game before Cold Steel 3 comes out. So I can't fast travel yet. Hey, he's got his snowboards. Okay. Oh, I love that outfit on this. I was about to say Estelle on Elisa. That is pretty damn cool. Yes, they, Bernie, totally. They totally do. We're doing a New Game Plus playthrough to see the, mainly to see the additional cutscenes and story that you only get to see in a New Game Plus run. I'm scrolling down on my guide. So whenever I Alt-Tab, it pauses the game totally, including the sound. So let me just a second here while I scroll down on the guide. all facility are available. After you finish exploring a ship. This guide will start with the Guerrilla camp first. So we're going to go to Guerrilla. Okay. Man, it is freaking cold in here, y'all. Today, when I got out of my car and walked to my office, it was 66 degrees, and it was like, yeah, for once, I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool for a August day, even in the morning. Oh, I should probably say 66 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius, I don't know what Celsius that is. Sorry. Hey, Creepy, how you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday to you. I'm glad you're able to make it. Happy Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope your week went well. Ray says, yeah, we don't know freedom units too. Gosh. So you're mocking it, huh? Actually, Bernie, I would be totally, like, the only reason I use it is because, like, when I look at my speedometer, it says miles per hour, okay? Like, that's the only reason why. If we swapped to metric, I wouldn't have a problem, personally. Let's see, Creepy says, week went well. Very busy at work, which is fun. Creepy, I am in the same boat with you, however, work is actually really quite challenging right now. Well, it's very busy, for me at least, so needless to say, I'm really looking forward to the long weekend. Okay, so now I should be able to go. Okay, thanks, Purdy. Usually, in the mornings, especially in August, it's about 72, 73 in the very early morning, like when I was walking to my office. Yeah, I didn't wear any sweaters or anything. But if it got any cooler, like if it got down to like 60, then I'd probably throw a sweater on. Oh, not the ground.
Leave it to me!
And I like how in bold it says, bring Laura to your party. That's interesting. I'm curious why. They don't even have to say it, though. Head to the story and speak to Monica to recruit her. Oh, this is why. Because Monica's part of the swim club. That makes sense. Oh, that's really nice of her. Look at that. Bernie, don't go there. Don't go there. There we got Monica, Rex at the center of the camp. Rex is your kind of guy, Bernie. There he is. I've heard worse ideas. Bernie, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being a gentleman. Reen's the epitome of a gentleman, though, for crying out loud. Alright. Next is Officer Regini, the lady by the truck. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Bernie, you love them NPCs. You're obsessed with NPCs. Head to the girl. I can't record. Hang on a second. Let me scroll down on the guide here real quick. Okay. Got it. Speak to the NPCs marked with green exclamation points. One dude in the shop. And there's one dude up here, I think. Finally, let's go. Let's go. Guys, I want to say for the newcomers, thanks for joining. Happy Friday to you guys. Hope you had a wonderful week, and hope you guys have a even better extended weekend. This is a New Game Plus run, so we will be getting all the black records, and we will be getting the cutscenes and the extra dungeon that comes along with it. So that way we will be all set for Cold Steel 3. Oh, can I get the black record now? Since I've recruited Monica. I'll wait for now. I did the ancient quarry.
Oh, that's a fine-looking treasure chest.
Okay. Got one up here. One down there.
That treasure chest is absolutely beautiful.
One over here. I don't have few with me, so I can't do that trial chest yet. Let's do it later. Oh, I need to speak to the soldiers near the tank, the southwest corner. Okay. East end of the map. Great. Near the crater, and an event will automatically occur and the quest will end. Alright. Was this when the cryptid shows up? I kinda wanna fight it, not gonna lie. Oh, look who it is! Look who it is. Fen says you should be able to kick its ass for sure. I hope so. Actually looks kind of familiar. Creepy says, oh damn! Anton from Liberl, that's right. And you wouldn't know all the shit he's gone through and how well we know his character unless you had played through that arc. And he's also in the Crossbell arc too. He's in every arc. He's a recurring character. Recurring NPC. Fen says, so playing Fire Emblem Three Houses and loving the officer's outfit. I have not actually worn that one, but I did take a look at it. I'm not quite sure I want to use it or not. Really good game. I would play it if I had time. This weekend I really plan to I really hope I get the chance to finish the TO video. If not this weekend, next weekend. Let's see. I like it more than the default outfit. Okay, gotcha. If they had more options, I'd totally be down, but they only got 2 outfits so far, so I'm kind of like, eh. My default outfit's okay. Now, well, for male. Now for the female MC, female Byleth, her default outfit is, to me, amazing. I guess the cryptid didn't show up yet. Fen. Oh! Alright, cool. Guys, we're doing it. We're doing it. I haven't upgraded my equipment though, so I wonder if we're going to get spanked, but we're going to try. Hang on a second here. Okay. Next, let's go fight that cryptid. Let's see if I can whoop it, or if it's gonna whoop me.
Watch out! This is a tough one! Let's move! Alright, let's do this!
Leave it to me! Leave it to me!
Man, it's got a lot of HP.
Witness the fruits of my training! Radiant Lion!
Nice.
Leave it to me.
Okay, I think I'll be alright.
Sow the wind! Reap the whirlwind!
My turn! Burn to ash! Fall! Too slow! Now's our chance! Here!
My turn! I'm gonna slice you up! Now's our chance! Now, Ryan!
Understood! All right. Sorry, can you handle this?
I'll take it from here.
Leave this to me! They're off guard!
Got you!
She gets a lot of CP regen now.
My turn!
Okay. Now! I'll back you up!
Onward! Yeah!
Yes.
My turn!
Sure, why not?
Yeah!
Of course!
He's resistant to Mirage. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she had the strength down. Yeah.
I'm gonna slice you up.
Leave this to me. Burn! Right! Overdrive! Now's our chance!
Got you! Here I go! Sit! Now! Now, Laura!
Understood!
Sit!
Onward! They're off guard!
Got you!
Witness the fruits of my training! Radiant Lion!
So I have the reduced casting course from Toval on Emma, so she should be casting really fast.
Now! Leave it to me!
I couldn't imagine doing this if I wasn't on New Game Plus. So let's bring somebody else in.
I'm counting on you. I'll handle this.
Creepy, preferred party for Cold Steel 2.
Here I go.
For grinding mobs, if I'm just doing regular mobs, like, you know, farming the place, just not a big boss like this, I'd have to say Emma. All my AoEers, pretty much. Emma, you got Reen, I like Laura. The 4th slot. Who would I take? Sarah. Yep. What do I got? I'm gonna get 200 CP with him.
Now's our chance.
An opening!
Then it says put Cast 2, Silver Bell, and Toval's accessory on Emma and let her go to work. I'm gonna try that out, man. That's a good idea. Silver Bell. Do I have Silver Bell?
Let's move.
Oh man. No. So what does more damage? A crit on a 195 CP? Or a non-crit 200 CP? That's a good question, guys. Pop quiz. What does more damage? 200 CP no crit or 195 CP crit? That's curious. Revival raw. Nope. Okay. I'm just going to get into it.
Now!
An opening!
My blade will cleave ignorance and light the way.
It's so cool to see him in Joshua's outfit. Phantom Raider!
Here I go! Arcus activate!
No, you don't!
Oh boy. What we got? That was fun.
Hang in there! Thank you very much.
Leave this to me.
Let's go. Hip. Here I go. Dance flames. Aster flare.
Onward! Hey! Now's our chance!
Got you!
Got him. Actually, really easy. Because I got all them levels.
Our fighting was in perfect sync.
When I could keep up, at least.
Had a lot of HP. There's definitely a damage sponge. Do I get a lost art right now? Like, this early? Yes. Or something could explode. Like how Sarah's like trying to be funny there. I do. Yep. Ben says, I did these optional bosses at the end of Act 2-4. Okay. Let's equip it. Okay, so I need to upgrade her slot, the fire slot, put that in. Alright, let's go to... Alright guys, don't let me pass that black record. Alright? Dribe, you are absolutely correct. You have come to the right place. Welcome. In fact, you know what?
Here I go. My turn.
There you go. Let's see. You'll find. Hey, we got several Laura fans here, Bernie. We got Dan the Man as well. Too. Laura fans are everywhere. That's right, Spec, and happy Friday to you, man. Welcome. Hope you had a good week. Dozens of us. Thousands of us. See, I've already opened all the chests, so I'm just going to go up to the one where... Hey, Gerard, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. I am definitely a hardcore Laura fan. All the way. And there's a couple people couple of my regular viewers like to give me shit about it. They like to taunt me. Let's see. Go this way. I definitely want to speed this up because I'm not interested in spending 42 hours on Act 2, y'all. We're here for the Black Records cutscenes anyway. All right. Help them install the relay machine. Let's work on the map. 3 points. Okay, cool. So I gotta go to all the relay points. Let's go to this one first. Bernie says, "Oh, what? You're not interested in the lives of NPCs? I've already seen it. I want to get to the Black Records. But you know, if I do all the NPCs, Bernie, then we're gonna be doing this all the way past when Cold Steel 3 releases." Oh, I passed right by one because I was busy talking to you. Over here. By the way, guys, webcam is on order and green screen's on order, so I will have a face cam starting on Wednesday, which I'm actually really nervous about. Could they actually look presentable to you guys? Alright, let's go back to them now that we've installed them all. I do already have a webcam, but it's very, it's an old one and it's very crappy quality, so I went ahead and got a 1080p one. I missed one? Oh, there's one more down there. Alright. If it was my first playthrough, I would definitely watch, you know, all the dialogue. Okay. When you finish recruiting, go back to them, then go back to the Courageous. Oh, okay. Okay, so where is the Black Records before I go to Legram? Where is the Black Records? Yeah, thanks, Birdie, for the reminder. I want to know where that Black Record is. The guide actually doesn't say it. The guide I'm looking at least. Doesn't say where it is. Fen said it earlier. I gotta scroll up. Quarry, something quarry.
Where do you want to go?
Ancient quarry. Derive knows. He's detected the forced ship. Damn, I'm just kidding, y'all. Everybody's got their ships. Let's see. Proving Ground. Argorelia Fortress.
Leave it to me!
Okay, so... I probably shouldn't have gone there, huh? She's Bernie, that's why I use her. She's a CP battery, like, to the max. Okay, let me pull up... I want to make sure that I get these Black Records guys. Scholar of the Trophy. Guide. Black Record 1 is located at the ancient quarry. Oh, it's Nord. Okay. Let's go.
Where do you want to go? Full speed ahead!
Onward! Yeah!
Was it in northeast?
Yeah! Steady. Yeah! Yeah!
Dribe, if you'd like to discuss ships of the Trail series, feel free to join the Discord. The link to our Discord is in the panels below. We talk all about that kind of stuff.
Yeah!
And then some. Let's see, rip. Bernie says, I sense hate in this man. Let's see, Spec says, rip, my roommate forgot to charge my Switch, so it was super dead when I wanted to play Astral Chain. Now I gotta wait even more. I've heard nothing but like amazing, glowing reviews about Astral Chain on my Twitter. By the way, guys, if you want to look, follow me on Twitter, my Twitter information is in the panels below as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. We're gonna go to Ancient Quarry.
Yeah! Steady.
Oh, really? I got trolled. Okay. Yeah, he does look like Reen. Or excuse me, not Reen. He looks like Lloyd. He looks just like Lloyd. Police outfit and all. And Sean Chiplock voices a lot of characters there too. So I think we're gonna get this black record when we do the Nord part. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go do Legram next because that's what the guide goes next. Just don't let me forget when I go to Nord. Don't let me finish the act or the Nord section without getting the black record number 1. All right, so Legram.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
Legram is my favorite place in all of Erebonia. Okay, so we're gonna go to... Chapel. It's one of your many girls, Bernie. Should have feet. Oh man, damn, Bernie. Damn. Oh well. I totally would have gone back and got her. Oh well. Fen, that's right. It's definitely not because it's Laura's hometown. Cheers to that. Fen. Yeah, but I've already talked to... See, I've already talked to Vivi. Bernie, you just like the doobs. You like the doobs. Okay. Now we're gonna go to... Oh, you have to have Fee in your party. Oh. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, I should have just hit adjust party. Oh well. Damn it. Oh, we have to have guys. Who's gonna go, guys? Who's gonna go? Yep.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
I like how Fen's like, hmm. This is like really, really sweet of Vivi. You see a side of her that, now, yeah, Bernie, Vivi, and Lindy, those two are my favorite, one of my favorite NPCs. They're my favorite NPCs, one of my favorites. Their story is interesting. And seeing Vivi kind of distressed like this is really out of character for her, you know, because normally, you know, in CS1, she's always the... she's more like Sarah, right? Or Sharon, even. She really misses her sister, though, and she hopes her sister's doing well. Tribe. I think you and Bernie are going to get along really well. I hope you take the chance to join the Discord. Especially if you're a Toa fan. Oh, there she is. A little bit more of her self returns. Okay. Then go to the training hall, speak to Casper. Fleets. There's enough room down there. Drive says he liked Toa and took Yzandu. Oh, man. There you go, Bernie. Oh, you got pizza. Damn, man. Here we go. We're going to start this food stream up now. Bernie, you got to take a picture of that and put that in the food stream channel on the Discord. What kind did you get? Damn, that made me really hungry, actually. Bernie will take you under his wing, Drive. Oh, he likes Monica. Oh, okay. Speak to him again. I gotta speak to him again. Alright, so... I was like that one girl that seems familiar with Saints too. Head to the Bracer Guild for a short event scene. See, Bernie says... Oh, yeah, you already said that. Okay. Alright. So I need to go scroll down... Oh, they just did it automatically for me. Why couldn't they do that with Fee? Creepy, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's the Doobs. Jubilee is the best villain. She is. Oh. Bernie. We are making good time, y'all. Gotta get to the ending. Get the exclusive New Game Plus cutscenes ASAP. Alright. Where's all the way in Ymir? Bernie, you set him off.
Where do you want
I
to
sensed
go?
it from a mile away.
Full speed ahead!
I would have done it to have her in the party. Oh, I'll drive. She's really cool. The other NPC. Who? Oh, I actually need to go back to... Oh, I'm here still. Ymir is up above. The store. Remember Jack. Okay, now we're done. We go to Nord. I could have swore I remember going to like Lohengrin Castle again. I'm kind of bummed. I like Lohengrin Castle. Oh well. Okay. Buy contacts and cat ears. Where do we buy them at, Bernie? In Ymir?
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
We gotta get, you know, the cosmetics because it's crucial. Where's the exchange shop again? No, that's not in the house. The lady. It's the lady. She has an exchange option. Okay. Trade. Black or white? I'll get both. And they're expensive, but we got shitloads, so we're okay. So who's getting the cat ears? I know Emma's getting the contacts. Wow. Nice. Fen, there you go, man. I think the black on her looks better because her hair's white. Alright. Now that we have the important stuff done. Toa too, huh? Well, when we can use her, we will definitely make it happen. She'll get the white ones, how about that? Alright, so let's go to...
Where do you want to go? Full speed ahead!
Toa 2, you could change it. Oh! Really? Okay, we gotta make sure we do that right away. Extreme's got the same party setup as me. Gosh. Okay, the ride along Mishy's too much. There we go. That is awesome. Look at that.
Where do you want to go? Leave it to me!
Extremity, come on now. Don't brew the hatred for me from Bernie. Back me up, man. Back me up. Speak with Toa.
Here I go! Onward!
So we're gonna go to Captain Hoover. Don't worry, I'm a fake lore lover too. Fake, huh?
Onward!
We're going to the Stone Monument. Oh, up there. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is her. Alright guys, this is one of my favorite NPCs. This is one of my favorite NPCs for sure. She's definitely quite mysterious. Quite mysterious. Actually, one of the most mysterious. Let's see. Shimmy says, is there something wrong with the PlayStation version of the game? I just noticed that the music from the Courageous is somewhat distorting. Or maybe it's just the stream. This is the PC version.
Yeah.
Could be your connection. Not entirely sure. Sorry about that. Wish I could. Streamlabs updated, and now I can't see if I have any drop frames anymore, which is kind of bleh. There she is, y'all. Good question, Rain. Not suspicious at all. It's dangerous to go alone. It's a good question, Emma. Seriously, it's a good question. And you'll see why in the later half of the arc. That's so damn suspicious. It even throws Celine off. If a dire fate befalls me, you shall be the first to know. Oh shit. Did you see the look on her face? Okay. Go to the watchtower. Alright, guys. Let's go. Knock this one out. We gotta find a wristwatch. Okay, so we gotta go to... True that, Tribe. Yeah. Extremity says he likes Colette in the first two games. Tribe says that, or I have a weird... Nah, no, not at all, man. Bray says... Yeah, but blue-haired chicks get the short end of the ships. I don't know about that, Bernie. I don't know about that. Only because anime protags are... Yeah, they're definitely... not receptive to what's going on. Alright. Did I miss one? Head to the roof. Oh, crap. Okay. Fine. I can't fast travel. Oh well. I should have read, you know? Yeah, how the hell did I get all the way on top of this thing? Screw that. Oh, Dan, you see? See, we got the Laura fans here, Drive. You're in good company. Are we doing Mince Quest thing? Yes, we are, Dan. Oh, good. It just takes me back down here. Thank goodness. I've got Monica, Vivi, Casper, and Mint. Okay. Laura enthusiasts rise up.
Where do you want to go? Full speed ahead!
General store, Gambler Jack, number 7. Sheeta. Okay. Oh, the cabin. Bernie says, you could have your Laura rally, but remember, you're in Claire's territory in this chat. Bernie, I don't know, man. I think it's actually starting to get more evenly split. Now that we're getting more Laura fans. Quest Master in the official northeast area.
Yeah.
Hey Raven, how you doing, man? Welcome. No need to apologize. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday to you. Hope you had a good week and an even better extended weekend. Time to fight.
I'll handle it. Beginning mission.
Here I go. All right, let's do this.
Understood. Here I go.
Yeah, let's do this. Then we'll have 0 arts on Emma. Bernie says, yeah, but if you do preferential voting, Claire is still at the top. Claire is pretty good. I can't deny Claire is quite the waifu.
Here I go.
Look at all these who's fighting with their waifus. By the way, Emma's the best girl. Creepy says, Claire definitely best. Laura best of class 7. I can go with that, Creepy. I can go with that, Creepy, for sure. Drive says, I won't fight against Emma being best girl. I definitely I'd rather people select Emma than some of the other choices. Alright, so we got 0 arts. Let's blow them up.
Now.
Sharon's best. Fen, you have a point. Sharon's pretty damn good too.
I'll handle it.
Bernie's just saying Elisa just to get under her skin. Oh, I see what. Okay, I see what you're trying to say. What I was referring to, who I was referring to specifically. Oh.
1, 2, and go.
Got it. I'll back you up. Here I go.
Dan says Emma is for sure in class 7. Wait, what? Dan. Hold on, Dan. I thought... What? Come on now. Did you flip on me? Alright, let's do...
Orcus activate.
Let's move.
The war has already begun, exactly. That's all I can say about Emma.
Here I go. Now.
Emma with context is pretty good. I like that a lot, actually. Dan says, I mean, that is all I can really say about Emma. Dan, man, I thought we were both Laura fans all the way. Emma's good, but Laura is like the queen for class 7. In my humble opinion. Emma with stage outfit. Okay, Shrimmy, you've got an argument there. You've got an argument there. I kind of like how shy she gets when she wore that. Dan says Laura is queen of the whole. Okay, okay, I just misunderstood you. I see. I see. Oh, can I wear it? Oh shit, it's coming back around too. Let's go. You want some more? If I can wear it, I'll put it on, Extremity. Oh, Bernie, forgive me. Sorry about that. Look at this badass. Oh, shit. I don't remember this at all. Totally forgot about those. Raven says, yeah, Laura is the queen if you want her. Oh, goodness. There's definitely more to it than that. That should be it, I think. Exactly, Bernie. It would be out of character if Raven didn't say that at least once in a stream. Phone call. Oh, she's got a tail too. I didn't even realize she had a tail. That's pretty cool.
Class, this is Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Oh, good. I was worried I wouldn't be able to get in contact with you.
Oh, hey Toa. That explains it. The signal must be pretty good from the Courageous.
Listen, I've got good news and bad news. First, the good. We've actually worked out the location of one of Class 7's relatives.
Really?
Yeah, but that's where the bad news comes in.
Bernie says, I imagine Raven as one of those salesmen that always solicits you about bits.
Anyway, can you come back to the Courageous as soon as you can? Please.
All right, sure.
Oops,
We'll
sorry.
be back as soon
I
as we
skipped a
can.
line. Bernie, don't hit me. Alrighty. Alrighty now. We have a Discord for a reason. So, for those of y'all that are in here, after my streams end, usually what I end up doing... By the way, I'm not ending anytime soon. I think I'm still going to go for another hour or so. We always have a talk in the Discord, our Discord server, which is in a link to it is in the panels below. And I talk directly to you guys through voice, and it's just a way for me to talk with y'all and just chat anything, trails, theories, spoilers if you want to, you know, as long as nobody else minds. And of course, the waifus. Oh yeah, Raven. Raven. Bernie says, no problem, Feb. You just managed to skip a line of my girl's culture. Okay, afterwards go to the ancient quarry. Now I can finally go to the ancient quarry. Let's go. Get yourself that beverage. No such thing as a drink. Alright. Oh, Clara's here. Totally walked by her, didn't I? Yep. Alright.
Bring it on! Here I go! Burn! Now!
I'll handle it. Got it. Here I go. Okay.
I did not mean to run into him.
Here I go!
I'll handle it.
Alright. The hallway's kind of narrow. Oh, did I miss? Oh, I'll go back and get it when I come out. Hello, uses. Nope, don't have them.
Oh, what could it be?
Now treat me with an Emma stage outfit just this once. Is it DLC? Or do you actually get it? Okay. Up.
That treasure chest is absolutely beautiful.
Bring it on!
Okay.
Great stars in the heavens above, answer to my voice and heed my call.
There she is, Extremity. But contact lenses, no less. Jeez.
Let's keep going.
You could say overkill just a little bit. Does the spider come back? If I remember correctly. Yeah. I remember I grinded like crazy on this spider.
Watch out. This is a
purposely
tough
kept the big spider alive and just killed the little
Okay.
spiders over and over and over and over and over again until I got like the max XP you could get from the fight. Alright.
One, two. And death. Now.
I'll back you up.
My turn.
Yeah. Like I was in that fight for a long time too, just trying to get the max.
Burn to ash.
Oh, I should have used zeros. Oh well.
Fall.
It's my turn. My turn. Blade of light! Come! They're
Got you.
now!
Pen, thank you very much.
Okay.
Got it. Let's get this over with.
All right,
Leave it to
leave
me.
this to me.
Okay. Now.
I'll back you up.
Here I go. Now.
An opening. It's my turn. Here's our chance.
Yeah. Rain, Laura, Emma, Fee. Now there's a team I can get behind. Indeed, buddy.
Look at us, Fee. We did it.
Yeah, you weren't half bad.
Extremity says, my party set up almost the entire game with Elisa, Eustace, and Sarah as support. Yeah, Eustace is really good for support. His Noble Command is broken. Chest right here. And we're gonna go back in and get our black records. Yes. 3 down, 3 to go. There's 6, right? Or is there 8? Might be 7 actually, because Falcom's obsessed with the number 7. Got it. We got it, boys. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Actually, technically, I could have gone out that way, but whatever. Alright, now... we can just call, let's see, Black Records number 2. Okay. Yep, so the guide actually does say it. Alright, Stormy, you take care, man. Too bad you can't join us for the after party. But I hope you have a good weekend, man. Bernie says, I switched up my party. I'm like Fen, where I try to keep all party members at the same level. Bernie says, but my final party is Reen, Laura, Emma, Eustace, with Elisa and Fee as support. There you go, Drybat shares your party as well. Everybody's wishing you farewell, Extremity. Thanks again, man. Oh, it's sad Toa, Bernie. Okay, hold on a second here. Scroll down a little more. The cat ears, though. Oops, sorry, I bumped my microphone. We gotta go save the Fiona. Ray says, too bad Feb doesn't have the DLC for casual clothes. Yeah. I plan on buying all that DLC in Cold Steel 3 and Cold Steel 4 in English when they come out. Now, yeah, I'll be buying all that DLC because I've already played through both games. So I'll go with cosmetic stuff from the get-go. Dribe says, I do like Elisa's outfit here, though. Yeah, I put on the Estelle outfit, Dribe. Actually makes her... I really like the throwback to Estelle. Bernie says, I always dress up my Toa. Reina and Lisa are cosplaying couple. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. This song is baller, says Creepy. I got the black records. There's no other black record here, right? 4 is December 23rd. 5 is December 27th. And the last one is December 31st. Huh. Okay. That's what I'm looking at. Tribe says I'd take her. I like how the game's like, yeah, screw it up.
We're supposed to be able to report our completed tasks in bulk using this. Good thing we learned how to use an orbital computer in class. Hmm? What was that?
Oh, looks like you picked the perfect time to report. Go ahead and press the answer button below the screen.
Oh, sure.
Green baby, talk to me. It's alright. You can admit you just wanted to hear my voice.
Prince Oliver?
Matthew Mercer does a good job, y'all. Incredibly talented.
How are you? I thought you went to Western Erebonia.
Oh, I did. I can't tell you exactly where I am now, but I've been on quite the journey since we parted. I'm transmitting this audio-visual signal from my current location.
Really? I had no idea that it was possible to do that from so far away.
Well, the standard system needs to be modified a bit for it to work. Anyway, let's get right down to checking that report of yours. Interesting.
And make sure that I... Not missing any. 8 and 2. Okay. Raven says, by the way, sorry for not talking as much. I'm playing a game and doing some fishing. Nice. It's okay, man. Bernie says, I posted it in Discord. Nice.
Marvelous. You've ranked up. This is just a little something from me. I knew I could count on you. Anyway, keep sending in these reports whenever you're able. As long as you've got something to fill me in on, you can...
Of course. Sorry for troubling you with this when you're clearly busy with matters.
Well, I did give you that responsibility in the first place. There's no length I wouldn't go to for my beloved students. Still, even though that workaround lets me talk to you basically any time, can't keep the connection up for too long.
Your Highness.
Uh-oh. Explosions.
Olivier, we need to get moving!
Oh, hey! Hey! Reference! I did not know who that is. I know exactly who that is, and I would not... if I hadn't played Sky, I wouldn't know who that is. Reference! I got it! I got it! Guess who just said that? He called him Olivier. Who do you guys think it is?
We're heading to Parm for now.
Be right there, my love. At any rate, it seems I must bid you adieu for now. Duty calls. May Adios be with you. And good luck out there.
It's Muller's, Fen, exactly.
Oh.
You got it. How'd you know it was Muller? You didn't do Sky, did you?
Things must be pretty difficult over there right now. Still, if he's going out of his way just to talk to you, it means he wants to, so don't feel guilty. You're the best way he can get the inside scoop on what's happening here too, so everyone wins.
True enough. That's a good way of looking at it. We'll need to make sure we never let him down.
I need to make sure I save in a different slot next time, just in case I gotta come back to this. Bernie. You really love Toa, huh? OFC. Fen says he was in Cold Steel 1. I recognize the voice. Oh, okay. I totally forgot he was in Cold Steel 1. Gosh. Yeah, Dan, she's got that awesome cosmetic. I had no idea it was in this game for free. I think it's really cool. And Bestel is right, Dan. Tribe, I don't think that anybody else would be able to pull off an Estelle outfit like Elisa can. Elisa kind of has like the same build, kind of. I don't think Laura would fit very well with the Estelle outfit. I actually really like Laura's outfit in Cold Steel 2.
Good! We need to...
has come for us to take Twin Dragon's Bridge!
Bernie says, to be honest, I think Laura could rock a Chloe outfit. Yes, Bernie, I can see it actually. Bernie, maybe you could draw that. You'd probably like that. Raven says, is it because... No, it's not, Raven. I think it's just her overall, like, Laura's really tall. Estelle wasn't... I think Elisa's figure is more closely matched to Estelle. So, my usual endgame team is Reen, Emma, Eustace, yep, and Fee.
But, sir!
You're missing somebody critical there, Fem.
If we try to do that...
Who do you have on backup?
Stop right where you are!
Oh, yes. Okay, I love this voice performance, y'all. At first it annoyed me, and now I think it's hilarious. Yes.
What is the meaning of this, Craig? We demanded that you surrender, and yet here you are, right on our doorstep! Does your daughter's life mean nothing to you? You filthy cowards! Sir, if we go any farther, she's...
Men, stay focused! And as for you, Alliance fools, I suggest you don't underestimate Fiona. She's the proud daughter of a military officer. She knows exactly what that entails. Threats or no, she would never give in to your cowardice!
Sir, but... Oh, you think we're bluffing, do you? Well, if that's how you want to do this...
Stop these atrocities at once!
That's right, Bernie. It's hilarious.
Could it be?
That's...
It's the Crimson Wings!
Soldiers of Kreutzen, you should be ashamed of yourselves! Taking the enemy's family as hostages and trying to use them as tools of war is simply unforgivable. As Princess of the Arnor family, I will not allow it!
Your Highness, we...
You pissed off the Alphen.
Let the operation begin.
Here we go.
Right.
Bernie, the meddling kids are not meddling, they're saving somebody that's being threatened. A hostage. Raven. That's funny. I didn't like him at first either. Now I think it's hilarious.
Here come the soldats!
Come on, Valamar! We'll open up everyone's path forward! Acknowledged.
Alright, you ready?
My turn. I leave this to you.
All right, let's get this started.
Gotcha!
That's it. Just a little more. It's working. Keep it up.
Taking no damage. Bernie says, if it's just an NPC family, they wouldn't have Bat and I. Then says, actually they would. A certain event comes to mind. Body no matter what.
My turn. Huh? It's working. Keep it up.
Bring it on! Gotcha!
Leave it to me.
Let's see. Sarah is the best co-pilot, Fen. Absolutely is. Brandon says, I think that guy kind of looks... And he had that stash. Gosh, guys. Alright, let's refrain from that, please.
That's it. Just a little more.
Raven says, also, how big is the 31.1 kilograms in fish? I don't know what kilogram. Like, I know nothing about kilograms. I just know its weight, but I don't know how many pounds that is. Yeah, Fen, strength and speed down is very broken. Sarah is like the must-have co-pilot.
It's working. Keep it up. That's it. Just a little more.
Man, I'm not getting lucky with the unbalancing.
Let's go! Understood! Go!
Imperial system for life. Well no one uses freedom units down.
I'll need you plenty more in the times ahead.
It is kind of odd that in the States we still use that and the whole rest of the world doesn't.
Nice work.
Time to move in. Lead the way, Reen.
Yes, instructor.
It looks as though they were able to make their way inside. Still, there's no harm in putting some insurance in place.
Insurance, huh? Let's scroll down a little bit. You were very surprised about the man in the hood. So this soundtrack here is the equivalent of Atrocious Raid for Cold Steel 2. Is there a chest down here? Okay. Oh wow, they actually go after me. I'm surprised we're not getting any commentary in the duct. There we go.
Must we really crawl through this?
Not yet. Come on in here.
Oh, what? I welcome all challengers.
My turn.
Witness the fruits of my training.
Bernie says, to be honest, even here we still kind of use Imperial just because there's still some vestiges of American influence, but we still know how to measure in metric. Nice, alright. I wish I could. I was just never, because I'm surrounded, I'm just totally surrounded by Imperial units, so I'm not really used to them at all. The only time I use them is like when I was in science class in high school. After that, though, never again.
Right.
My turn.
My turn. Oh, please.
It's my turn.
Let's move. Sit.
What?
Leave it to me.
Okay. Hey.
My turn.
Leave it to me. Okay, we're burning daylight.
Oh my gosh. That's really cute, Fen. I like how the Emma culture is leaking just a little bit here. Okay, let's go down.
Watch out,
Here I go. Burn to ash. Now!
An opening! Our fighting with...
Fen says Milliam is just her annoying self. Yeah, Milliam grows up big time. Big time. I think you'll like her character.
There sure
You'll come
are
around.
a lot of ducks here.
It's a pretty old building. They've probably done a ton of expansions.
That treasure chest is absolutely beautiful.
Okay, we're on the 3rd floor.
The top floor must be right above us. Let's keep up the pace.
Let's get Harmony Vest in the big room.
We have nothing to fear.
It's my turn! Sorry, can you handle this?
I'll take it from here.
Arcus, activate!
My turn.
My turn. Onward! Sia! No, you don't. My turn.
My turn.
My turn.
Here I go. Okay.
Let's
It's my
curse you.
battle's over.
Chest is right here.
Oh, what could it be?
We have nothing to fear.
Here I go. Burn to ash. Now! Now, Laura!
Understood. Our fighting was...
Oh, that treasure chest looks really nice.
I hope nothing catches my clothes.
There you go, Ben. I got everything, right? Yeah. Just gotta get this set up.
Fiona should be just beyond that door.
Elliot?
Fiona!
Ben's like, please something catch. Bernie, nice. Make use of them Sarah emotes. That drives up. I'd love to be behind her, period.
And your friends are with you too.
It's good to see you're safe, Fiona.
Hey, Fiona. Your knights in shining armor are here.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know how I can possibly begin to thank you. And just look at you, Elliot. You've grown so much since I last saw you.
Bernie, your harem is huge, man.
I'm so proud of you.
Silence, girl. Do you have any idea of the situation you're in?
Oh gosh, it's this guy.
And that goes for the rest of you too. Don't come any closer. That is, if you value her life.
No, Fiona! There is nothing noble in using a hostage as a shield. Get that filthy sword of yours away from her at once!
That's right.
I think you're the one who doesn't understand the situation that they're in. If you put so much as a scratch on her, you can forget your chances of getting out of here unharmed.
I like that.
And it looks like the Jaegers your boss hired aren't here. So you can kiss any backup plans you've got up your sleeve goodbye. You can surrender peacefully, or you can walk out of here with one less hand. Your call.
You talk big now, but you're going to regret ever setting foot in the Twin Dragons Bridge!
He forgot to roll those 2 R's. That's Biggie Fry. Oh, 2 Biggie Fries. Alright.
What? They're gigantic!
Are these like the ones we fought underneath Bereahard?
No, these are clearly more highly trained. Please, be careful!
Those are no ordinary beasts! Go forth, Geyser Dovins! Tear them to shreds with your ferocious fangs!
Fan, that's right, archers are evil. They always shoot in the nuts. Always for the nut shot.
Take them out!
Right!
Stay there, Fiona! We'll save you as soon as we've taken care of this.
This one looks like a toughie. Perfect.
My turn! Burn to ash!
I should have motivated. Oh well.
Fall! Now!
An opening!
Leave it to me! Bringing the thunder now! Touch tribal one.
Hey, Ifrit! Welcome back. Welcome home, man. Happy Friday to you. Oh, now it's actually Saturday for me. Almost 1 o'clock here.
Here I go! Dance flames! Aster flare!
Onward! Blade of light! Go! Now's our chance!
Got you!
Unforgivable!
Tribe, wait till you see it in Cold Steel 3. You're gonna get a little something extra. Gosh. Else they said that they weren't gonna do any censorship, so I think you'll get to see it all.
Leave it to me!
Now's our chance! With me, Emma! Leave it to me! Here I go! Arcus activate!
Leave this to me! Blade of light! Go!
I should have done that.
Now's our chance!
Should have aimed it at the 2 biggies.
My turn!
I do like Sarah's cut-in art. It's pretty cool.
My turn.
Ifrit, that's right. It's Joshua Schwarzer.
It's my turn.
The battle's over. But stay alert, everyone.
And I guess Elisa Bright. That is correct, Ifrit. She's not the same caliber as Miss Bright, though.
This can't be happening!
There!
We did it!
Thank goodness. You're all okay.
I think it's about time you toss that sword aside, don't you?
Grr. I'm not finished yet.
Way!
There's more of them.
You're only delaying the inevitable. Give up and surrender.
I wonder how they got those big-ass monsters in this building, because, you know, they wouldn't fit through the hallways to get all the way up here, would they?
Silence! You should be the one surrendering!
Rainy says, I gotta wonder if Reen got adopted by Cassius. Will he be a better protag? That's a good question, Bernie. I don't know.
If this commoner's life means anything,
Ifrit says, I'm pretty sure the Vita
then...
PS3 version doesn't dub that guy, so I don't have to deal with the rolling R's.
Enough of this nonsense!
Look who's here to save his girl. I think that's him. If I remember correctly. Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's... Whoa!
He's got to, you know, play the role of badass right in front of her. One swing. There you go.
Fiona!
You're...
Instructor Neidhart!
I'm pleased to see you all again.
That's right, Bernie.
But I'm no longer your instructor. So you should address me as Major Neidhart now.
How very you, Major.
Well, look who showed up to steal all the glory. Good to see you alive, Major Neidhart.
Likewise.
Fiona, are you okay?
It's okay. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you, Elliot, for coming to save me. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm happy you're okay, too. I'm so worried.
Bernie says he does get some extra brownie points for me. Yeah, he does.
Thank you, each and every one of you. How could I ever possibly repay you?
We're just glad that you're all right.
Getting to hear you play the piano again is all the thanks I need.
The Lieutenant General should have this fortress under control before long. You can relax, at least for now.
Dribe, it's actually Neidhart here. He also has a crush on Rosine. Huh. I didn't know that, Bernie.
Thank you again for rescuing me. I don't know what I would have done if not for you.
Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined
That
Her
sounds like
Highness
Cassandra
coming to my
Morris
daughter's
again.
rescue. I am truly humbled. How can I possibly repay the kindness you have bestowed upon my family?
You needn't repay me for a thing, General. We're all just glad that everything ended without incident.
Thankfully, yeah.
By the way, I thought you'd been acting separately from the 4th Armored Division all this time.
Indeed. We were told you were in Western Erebonia.
That's correct, actually. I was away getting in contact with the other divisions, the 7th included. Yesterday, however, I caught word that Miss Craig had been moved here.
Ah, he came here right when he heard that his lady was in trouble.
As soon as I heard the news, I hurried here in record time.
That's right, Bernie.
Aw, you're so sweet, Neidhart.
Not at all. I simply did as anyone in my position would.
Huh? What's up with those two?
I like how Milliam's calling it out. Or whispering it.
He's got the hots for her. I can tell.
Huh? But they've known each other for ages, though.
Still, it's unlike you to act on a whim, Neidhart. Perhaps it's a sign you're becoming more flexible as a soldier, and I mean that in a good way.
I do realize that, but it was in part due to receiving some guidance from a rather peculiar source. And having discovered a way into the base thanks to that, I resolved to make use of it.
A peculiar source?
Kinda like with us and that weird guy.
Do you mean...
That weird guy, yeah, him.
You wouldn't happen to be referring to a suspicious hooded man, would you?
Bernie, I think we put Neidhart as S. Did we put him as S+ or not?
As it so happens, I am.
He will, definitely.
Is he an acquaintance of yours?
Well, acquaintance is a strong word.
Suspicious is right, though. Now you've got me curious.
Well, leaving him aside for the time being, the 4th Armored Division will be assuming control of the Twin Dragons Bridge from this point forward. Leave everything here to us. You need only to focus on deciding your next destination. Should you require any supplies, you may want to stop by Keldic before leaving.
Thanks, Dad.
We are pretty short on supplies, so that sounds like an excellent idea in my book.
While you may have ended up fighting alongside the Imperial Army this time, I do feel that there is significance in you continuing to act as a third faction. I will be wishing you well.
Thank you, Major.
Right back at ya. Catch you later, Fiona.
Bye. Be safe.
Let me go down a page a little bit more. Okay. Keldic stopover day. It's bonding time. That's right, Bernie. Hey, Liquidus. Thanks for joining in, man. Happy Friday to you. Or if you're in Eastern, happy Saturday to you. Hope you had a good week, and hope you have a wonderful extended holiday weekend if you're in the States. Dribe. This is New Game Plus, so I get all the bonding points that I need. I'm not going to miss anybody. Bernie says, finally some Toa bond. Wow, oh, that's cool. I bet you're looking forward to that, Bernie. Sorry to put your plans on hold, Bernie, but it's getting awfully late. Let's see. Ifrit says, just realized Nightheart is voice acted by the VA god Cam Clark, the same guy who did Kratos in Tales of Symphonia and Will in Tales of how you say that? Legendia. Bernie says cliffhanger. Yes, that's right, man. Not as bad as Tokyo Xanadu, but still, I guess a little bit. Right before we do the bonding events, but we'll do that for the actually, yeah, we'll do that for the cult. We'll do that on Sunday. Tribe says, isn't he? I think with Snake 2 then. So guys, I'm going to be going to the Discord to chat with you guys in the after party. For those of you guys who are new, after my stream ends on Fridays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, what I'll do is I'll go in our Discord and chat with you guys about all things Trails. On the collab streams, Lady Virgilia will also join us and for the after party, and we'll just go crazy. So if you need the link to the Discord, it's in the panels below on my Twitch channel. If you're watching on YouTube, the link to the Discord is in the description below. So next time we will continue where we left off on Sunday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We'll do all these bonding events, and then we will continue with Act 2. Maybe I'll lurk on my computer. I appreciate that, Bernie. Just be careful when you're driving, though. Good night to you too, Raven. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head on out. If you guys have played through all the Trails games through Cold Steel 2, I do have my full playthrough of Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 with English subtitles, courtesy of Kitsune547. He is the man, really. He worked really hard on that. At this point, though, I would recommend just waiting for Cold Steel 3, playing it in English, and then maybe you can watch my Cold Steel 4 playthrough after that if you'd like. Of course, if you'd like to, or you can wait for the English release, whatever it is, whichever one. However, I suspect that Cold Steel 4 is being voiced right now by the voice actors based off of what I saw on Twitter today. So get pumped about that. I have the reason for my thinking of that in the CS4 spoiler channel on the Discord. So, guys, until Sunday evening, y'all take care, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you then. Cheers.